go online and see if I can see this stream here. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay, good. Hi there, who's here? Would you type in chat so I can see you? There's a delay on my phone here. But welcome to you. My sweater. Just in case I need it. And it's you, babe. I'm a sucker for the way that you move, babe. Why does that keep doing that? Hi, Nook. Can you hear me okay? I think I'm having a bit of delay, so I'm trying to figure out if folks can hear me all right. Oh, good. How are you this morning? I'm sharing the link, so I'm a little behind in what I'm supposed to be paying attention to, but that's okay. We'll get there or we won't, and then we'll log off and do something else. Everybody will be okay regardless. Oh, the poor baby. I'm sorry about that. Hello, Joe. How are you feeling? Do you think the baby it's just a cold? Yeah, there's definitely a delay. I don't know if the sound is delayed, but for sure the visuals are. Poor baby. Have you been continuously working from home? Because I thought it was mostly a work from home job, but it sounds to me like that might be unusual. Good morning, Miss Cat. How are you? Poor baby. Yeah, I know I've only interacted with you today to play video games, Joe, so I wasn't sure how you were feeling because you were pretty quiet, I felt like. And are you still liking the job, Nook? I don't know. Some of us might be up late just knowing this group. Although Miss Naomi is usually Miss is some anyway. I lost my mind there for a second. Hold on, it's back. It's Nook. I got her confused for someone else. Joe has the Rona, actually. Poor guy. Poor sweet Joe that we love has the corona. Fully vaccinated, has been more careful than most of the world, and he has the corona. Keep getting paid late, so that's frustrating. Don't like how he's been addressing sometimes. But I've been trying to state it in a professional manner. Do you mean, are you saying you don't like the way your boss talks to you? Joe, is there anything that we can do for you? Is he like, what, in what manner do you mean? Or maybe you don't want to tell me because we're going to do a reading soon. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I'm just socializing. If you'd rather wait and talk about it during the reading, that's fine too. Well, of course, positive vibes, but I meant like, do you want us to figure out a way to get you a pizza? Do you need medicine? Has your fever gone up? That kind of stuff. Huh. Stop talking now. Time for acknowledgments. I'm not even sure what that means. I'm glad you have food and meds, and I'm glad that you're not having to teach any class this week and stuff. Does he, and I'm sure we're going to read about it later, but does he ignore you completely? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that more, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's people here that have advice too, so I'll shut up. They may have better advice than I do on these topics. I'm sure. I mean, I'm spirit will know, but that doesn't mean I do. Also, how are you doing this morning, Miss Cat? Are you actually up early? So is he up? Are you guys up to go get the labs? Wait, are you literally online at the from the VA or their office? Yeah, I'm sorry about the appetite. Can you smell, Joe? Like, is it that classic thing people talked about where they can't smell, so they can't they're not hungry? Well, I'm glad you can smell, but I'm sorry you're not hungry. Have you gotten any good sleep? Like when you sleep, is it decent sleep? Every time I've passed and you're online and I see you and you're sleeping, to me you don't necessarily look like you're like all the way sleeping, sort of. Okay, I've got shuffling decks here. I think modern world is so fascinating. You can be kicking it in the waiting room and be a mod on YouTube. That's awesome. I wonder if I have my settings so that there's like a 5-second delay. What if I set up like a cussing delay or something? It's the worst part. You cannot fully fall asleep. The feeling of congestion interferes with your body ability to relax. Oh. Does anything help the congestion? Like to steam or like Vicks or something? Oh, I'm sorry about Steph and the cyclical vomiting. Always a fun time. There's been something going around. It feels like everywhere because everybody we know online is from so many diverse places, but they all seem to. There's like a flu where Pixie is. With Zofran. Oh man. I mean I remember those times. That still it sucks. I'm sorry for her. I'm glad she's got a doctor that's willing to immediately be like IVs now, because there's so many of them that say even if you have chronic issues, they just pay no attention to that, and they just go straight to the whole. You need to have 5 or 6 days before we will consider this as needing treatment or whatever. It's ridiculous. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's definitely one way to get your fluids though. They're usually pretty happy. They're like, "Oh my gosh, all you need is an IV. We can hook you up and check on you a little bit and leave you be." That's our best kind of. Well, I don't know if anybody happens to want a reading, but if we hit the 30-minute mark of streaming, which is like 11 minutes from now, and there's no one, we will spin for a free 5 card if people would like one. Steam and Vicks. The fits of coughing are so violent, my chest sometimes feels sore. Yeah. I'm glad that it feels better when you watch YouTube, but yeah, that's smart, Kat. I'm so glad that you made that call for her. I don't think you stopped making sense, Joe, but do you still have the pulse oximeter where you can check your oxygen level? And how has it been? Like, is it completely normal or is it sort of off still? I'm trying to fix these little lights that I have going here. Oh, is there a range that they gave you about when you should be checking in with a doc? Is that so that things can drain, Miss Cat? I'm Googling. Hold on a second. So the good thing is, I'm sure you already, know that. I was reading. I'm sorry for the good thing is that 95 is still considered normal, but anything that below that is not great. Okay, Miss Cat. Um, I hope David's doing well, and maybe we'll see you here on the other side. We're gonna kick it just for a little while longer, and if it doesn't, if we don't see many people, I may come back later on the afternoon after I've done my readings that I have scheduled. But drive safely and tell David we said hello. Yeah, my camera is 8 seconds behind my motion here. I wonder if my sound is that far delayed as well. Testing. Yeah, I'm 7 seconds behind. I'm not sure how to fix that. Is everyone in here okay? I just want to check to make sure everyone's all right. I know one person's taking care of a kiddo and the other person is not feeling the greatest. Okay, good. I'm glad everybody's okay. Oh, Joe, thank you for your donation. Do you have a question? We'll probably do like a 5-card reading, and then you can choose an oracle deck. But first we need a question. Please and thank you. It says, for my next stream, I need to pre-check my latency, and that will fix this weird delay that I'm having. Okay, well, things run smoothly with your cousin. Could you remind me of her first initial? I'm going to use this deck here. Why? Okay, thank you. Hello, beautiful deck. Will things run smoothly with Joe's cousin Y? Will the business with Joe's cousin Y go smoothly? To expand on the question, can you show us how the business with Joe's cousin will go? Can you please show us how the business with Joe's cousin will go? Okay, here we go. With cousin Y. May we please have 5 cards that tell us how the business with Joe's cousin Y will go. Please and thank you. Can you please see? Okay. Have 5 cards that will show us an overview of how the business with Joe's cousin Y will go. Thank you. Will you please give us an overview of how the business between Joe and his cousin Y will go? Thank you. Can you please, it's too many, let's see here. Can you please give us an overview of how Joe's business with his cousin Y will go? Let's see here. Thank you. Can we please have one more card that shows us how the business will go between Joe and his cousin Y? Thank you so much. Let's take a look, see at what we have going on here. Roll these lights up a little bit here. Mm. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards first, Joe. And I'm sorry to say it doesn't look the best. I don't know how you're feeling about it, like in your gut, but it looks like there's some kind of hidden problem with it. And I don't know if she knows about it or not. Like, I don't know if this is something where she sort of has just gotten lazy and pushed it back so long that she doesn't really know what's going on with everything, or if it's something that she's always known about a little bit and knows that it makes something difficult and she's been avoiding it because it's a harder task. I'm not sure. But and actually, since we have time, I might ask for support cards because, oh my gosh, like, it's sort of sending the message that, you need to try and remember to stay calm, um, and patient, but it's sort of saying it's sort of asking the question if it's worth the hassle, and at one point it even suggests that it's almost like chasing a mirage. Um, Everything was inverted, which means every single one of these cards came out upside down. Every single one. And yeah, so anyway, okay, so I'll show you them right side up, but they were upside down. So this is the Five of Swords. But he came out like this. This is the King of Cups. But he came out like this. I'm sorry, like, I know you don't feel well. I wish that this was not the reading, but I mean, it's going to give good advice, I think, which is good. But this is the Six of Wands. But it came out like this. And it's not funny. I'm just, here's the King of Wands. But he came out like this. And then this is the Two of Swords. But they came out like this. Now, bear in mind, we didn't ask about the outcome. We asked, what the situation looks like right now. And right now, is talking about how you, at least in the cards, it says you're sort of feeling like you're dealing with like it feels like almost everyone's incompetent. Like no one seems to have any answers. And you feel like, since it's something like on paper that there should be at least some available answers out there in the record books, it seems like sort of completely shocking and almost amazing that there's just no information and nobody seems to know what's up. Now, I don't know if that's the experience you've had recently or not. I know that you guys went and tried to find the property, and the last time we conversed, you guys really couldn't get to a place where you looked at it at all. So yeah, I think I'm going to ask another question, which is just, what is the end all outcome? Because right now it just talks about you feel like you're dealing with incompetence, and actually that first card, that looks like this guy that looks like the angry locomotive, that's her like feeling defensive. And I think it's not like you've said anything to her. It's like things for her with other people in the family on similar issues or whatever have always gotten and gone to a combative place. And so she's starting out this process as defensive. And I don't know, like, if if things have gone so wrong for her just because, they were never set up well to begin with, and so she's frustrated, or if she bungles them. That's not been made clear here in this particular, stretch of 5 cards, right? But she feels defensive on these matters, not because of you, but because of other family stuff she's dealt with. And because it's so unpleasant over and over and over again on both sides of her family, actually, that this is stuff she just, part of the reason it's taken so long and that you haven't heard from her is she just dreads this kind of stuff in general. And but it does say, it does indicate you're right to sort of now, demand is too strong a word, but you're right to now say, look, we've got to get this sorted, whether that means, we decide someone else is going to handle it or whatever. But I need you to please just give me access to all of the information that you possibly have on this so that I can help you do this work, because I understand that, this is not necessarily your fault, but it still is something that has to be resolved, and I'm a person that needs to be resolving it. Hold on, I'm going to read. I haven't been reading chat, so let me see. A lot of politics going on, and your cousin drags her feet. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I was talking about that. She drags her feet because you are not the only family member with whom she's somehow been put in charge of stuff. And she's gotten really sort of screwed over several different times in terms of being like an executor for something that has been already, but she was damned before she started. It was already, these situations for her were already set up in really convoluted, messy ways, and they went badly for her. And so now it's something that she doesn't even want to do. And that's understandable, but they're saying now you're well within your rights, and you have been for a long time, to say, hey, look, I understand that this is really complicated. So maybe we need to both give everything we have to a professional. But it is saying, make sure you sort of sit on your emotional feelings, because again, at least in your interactions with her, this is not personal. I know that, it may feel that way, but she has such a fear of this topic in general that a lot of what's going on doesn't have to do with you, her opinion of you, or even this particular issue. And so it feels like you're being slighted because you are, but it's not specifically by her. I don't see that she's done anything sneakily. And, we'll throw a few more cards down, but it doesn't look like deception. It just looks like nobody has any freaking idea. And it's saying, really make sure, to if your feelings get tied up in it, right, and it makes you feel like rejected by family or whatever, that would be a mistake. They're saying try to avoid those thoughts, because that's not really what's going on here. It's just a bungled mess. And it said, it really did specifically say, it feels like you're chasing something that doesn't exist. And then it asks, how long do you want to chase something that doesn't exist? So that makes me curious about what that might mean. Let's see. She's usually a very pleasant person. It makes sense. This process is difficult for her. Yeah. I think she's gotten the shaft on these types of issues several different times. And so, yeah, so that was the current status. I'm going to ask, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase it. I'm going to ask, is there anything that can be done to clarify this thing with land, and expedite it? Is there anything that can be done? Can you please show us your recommendations about how to proceed in regards to this issue between Joe and his cousin Y? Can you give us advice on how to proceed on this issue between Joe and his cousin Y? Can you please give us advice on how to proceed here on this issue between Joe and his cousin Y? Can you please give us advice on how to proceed? Can you give us advice on how Joe should proceed on this issue? Okay. Can you give us advice on how Joe should proceed on this issue? Let's see. Can you please give us advice on how that flew out? How Joe should proceed. Please give us advice on how Joe should proceed this issue with his cousin. Whoa, lots of stuff. Too many things fell down. One more card, please. Can you please give us some advice on how Joe should proceed in this issue with his cousin? Okay, thank you. Let's see what we have. Well, these already look better, but I'm going to take a look at them. Okay. What? What's going on? Have I somehow deleted Joe? How did you get deleted? I dropped my phone. Something's going on. Hold on a second. I don't know. Can you see all of that stuff? I dropped my phone and I don't know what's going on. It says he was timed out for 300 seconds. I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. Yeah, yes. Leave and come back because I don't know what happened. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened. Like I was reading and I dropped my phone because I was using it for a light. And then I looked up and all of this hot mess had gone on. I'm actually going to leave and log back in too, because not from this stream, but just from being able to see the stream, because that was weird. Did anybody even see how that happened? Did I just start like somehow deleting him? All of his stuff got deleted. I don't even understand. From my phone perspective too, I don't even know. How do I place you under timeout? I don't even know how to. Okay, it says, okay, so, but how do you undelete? This is a hot mess. I'm so sorry, Joe. Okay, now you're a mod. I made you a moderator hoping that can you even speak? It's so weird too, because simultaneously as I was reading your cards, it was talking about you being like large and in charge and being like a parental unit. All of a sudden, all of his stuff got deleted, huh? That's so weird. Poor Joe. I'm never dropping my phone again. Poor Joe. Okay, it says you're in timeout for 300 seconds, but theoretically, you should be able to come back after that. I'm so sorry. That'll teach me. Drop my phone. How dare I? I don't even know if he can text in this room or not. Well, I'm learning a lot today about how you need to set your latency so that you don't have a delay, and how dropping your phone can lead to you still can't comment. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of your reading, Joe, and so that I can give you all of your answers here in a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. I think one of the best things to do in this situation is just call it for now, because there is no one else, waiting to have at least a read in chat at the moment. And a whole third of the people that are in here has somehow accidentally been thrown into timeout by me. Gosh. I don't even really barely ever put my kid in timeout, so that's ridiculous. And I apologize for the hot mess. I'm going to go ahead and kill this stream. I'm going to murder it and probably try again later. However, Nook, I'm going to, of course, I'll text you in just a minute. And if you have time in this window now, we'll do your readings if you would like. And it won't be public like this, of course. We'll get on and record it a different way that's private. So I am so sorry to Joe and to everyone else. I'm glad we got to start the reading. I'm sorry we didn't get to finish. It got better. However, I'll be able to tell Joe all about that. I'll send him a picture of his cards, and later on we can do a reading. So that was a really silly thing that went down, and I apologize, but learning curve for everything. And I'm going to make this a public stream because that's my goal in this particular situation. So, Nook, I will speak with you soon. Kat, thank you so much for being here earlier. We will try and stream again later, hopefully with having learned our lessons and change some things around. And until I speak to each of you, be well and lots of love.